Final update. My mom sent a voicemail, "You're out of the family business. Expect a call from our lawyer." I didn't argue, I just replied, "Understood." Then I quietly sold my 40% share. 48 hours later, 72 missed calls, my brother begging me to undo it. Part 3. Undo what, Mark? My voice was calm, almost unnaturally so. The sale, this investor, they've frozen everything. They're asking for all the books, going over everything they said they found. They found problems. The revelation hit me sharp and clear. The investor's standard due diligence, fueled by the hints in my documentation and their own expertise, had immediately uncovered the extent of the financial mismanagement I had suspected. It wasn't just poor handling, it was significant enough for a new owner to halt operations and demand a full accounting. My strategic exit, combined with their own hidden practices, had exposed everything. The moment of justice, or at least reckoning, had begun. My quiet sale wasn't just me leaving. It was me pulling the pin on a grenade they didn't know I was holding, loaded with evidence they helped me pack over the years. Problems, I repeated, letting his panic hang in the air. That's their right, Mark. They own 40% now, just like I used to. But Mom said you were out. She sent the voicemail. We were going to buy you out. You said I was out. You said you didn't need me involved. You said I was just the money guy and you handled the real decisions. I said, using their exact words, each phrase a deliberate, quiet strike, I took you at your word. I'm out. You handle the real decisions now. Looks like the new partner is handling them too. His pleading turned to sputtering anger, but I didn't listen. I hung up the phone. The calls didn't stop immediately, but my responses became shorter, colder, handled mostly through my lawyer. Mom and Mark were in full damage control mode, initially trying to blame the investor, then trying to blame me, then descending into guilt trips. Their desperation was palpable, a stark contrast to their earlier arrogance. They faced severe consequences. The investor was now essentially in control with their stake and evidence of mismanagement. Legal battles were looming, and the business was in jeopardy, potentially facing bankruptcy or forced sale under new terms. As the legal and financial fallout unfolded, the deeper truth behind the mismanagement started to surface. It wasn't just recent mistakes. My meticulously kept records, combined with the investor's professional audit, revealed a pattern of questionable financial decisions and hidden debts going back years, predating the new partner deal but exacerbated by it. It turned out a significant past financial hole, which I had unknowingly helped patch over with my own money years ago, was deeper than I knew. Mom and Mark had been struggling to keep it hidden, desperately seeking a new partner to inject cash without revealing the full picture. The new partner was likely promised a cleaner financial slate than existed, and the investor's discovery blew that up. It wasn't just a failure to manage. It was a long-term deception, partially obscured by my consistent financial bailouts. Perhaps this was even tied to the broken promise about my 40% shares' future value. Maybe they always knew the business had these underlying issues and my stake wasn't worth what Grandpa intended or what they led me to believe. The source of the clear evidence, my documentation, the auditor's expertise, and perhaps even a quiet tip-off from a long-time employee who was loyal to me or fed up with Mom and Mark's practices, an unexpected ally who saw the writing on the wall and knew my records were the key. The social ripple effect was painful but also clarifying. Some relatives believed Mom and Mark's narrative of me being a cruel, greedy son who abandoned them. Others, particularly those who had seen my years of quiet support or heard whispers of the business's troubles, offered hesitant support.